Standards-Based Individualized Education Program, Module 2, Developing the Present Level of Academic Achievement and Functional Performance. The present level of academic achievement and functional performance, commonly referred to as the PLOP, provides a summary of baseline information that indicates the student's academic achievement, identifies current functional performance, and provides an explanation of how the disability affects the student's involvement, progress, in participating in the general curriculum. A standards-based IEP should indicate how the student is performing in relationship to the standards of learning, SOL, at the enrolled grade level. Standards-based IEPs identify specific skills and knowledge that will allow the student to work towards current grade level SOL or the next grade level of standards. Prior to developing IEPs, all IEP team members, including parents, need to be familiar with the general education curriculum, including the state's academic content standards and state assessments. Academic content standards form the basis of the general education curriculum and cover what students are expected to know and be able to do. If not developed near the end of the school year, annual IEPs may require goals that cross 2 grade levels. In order to make informed decisions about each student's strengths and needs, the IEP team should consider how the student is performing in relation to the state's grade level standards for the grade in which the student is enrolled. When considering the grade level standards for which the student is enrolled, ask yourself, what is the intent of the content standard? What is the content standard saying that the student must know and be able to do? These questions can be answered by examining the curriculum framework for the grade in which the student is enrolled. The Virginia Standards of Learning, SOL, define what students should know and be able to do in each subject area. It is the IEP team's responsibility to carefully examine what is known about the student's classroom performance on the grade level standards-based evidence collected over time during recent and past years. The examination includes an analysis of informal classroom assessments, statewide assessments, authentic performance tasks, criterion-based evaluations, curriculum-based assessments, work samples, and age-appropriate transition assessments. In addition, include the essential skills in the grade-level curriculum framework that are primarily being affected by the student's disability. Finally, consider whether the data are indicative of student performance and what the data indicates about student learning and future needs, including student and parent input. When considering classroom and student data to determine where the student is functioning in relation to the grade level standards, ask yourself, what does the data tell the IEP team about the student's performance regarding the knowledge and skills the student has demonstrated in relation to the grade level content standards? Are there assessment data, i.e. state, division, and/or classroom, that can provide useful information for making decisions about the student's strengths and needs? Also ask yourself, where are the gaps in knowledge and skills, and what did we learn about the way the student responded to accommodations? When writing the PLOP, consider the factors related to the student's disability and how they affect how the student learns and demonstrates what he or she knows. The PLOP describes the individual strengths and needs of the student in relation to accessing the general curriculum. It also includes data from evaluations, classroom and state assessments, age-appropriate transition assessments, observations, information from students and parents, and other resources. It should be utilized to identify the skills and knowledge that a student needs to achieve in order to meet the academic grade level content standards. The identified needs will be utilized to develop the annual IEP goals. When considering the factors related to the student's disability and how they affect student learning, ask yourself, what are the grade level content standards for the grade that the student is enrolled? Where is the student performing in relation to the grade level standards? What are the individual strengths of the student in accessing and mastering the general curriculum? What are the individual areas of need of the student in accessing and mastering the general curriculum? What skills, behaviors, academic and functional, is the student able or unable to perform? What other needs, such as functional, organizational, and social skills, impact the student's involvement and progress in the general curriculum? What strategies, accommodations, and/or interventions have been successful in helping the student make progress in the general curriculum? How does the identified disability affect involvement and progress in the general curriculum? What are the parental concerns? What are the student's interests, preferences, and goals? Include post-secondary aspirations based on age-appropriate transition assessments. Refer to VDOE's Transition Services for Students with Disabilities webpage. And finally, is the student progressing at a rate to achieve grade level proficiency within the year? When writing the PLOP, remember to refer to your data sources to answer questions related to student performance. Quick check. Review for the following content. This concludes the second of 9 training modules on developing standards-based IEPs. Additional information can be found on the Virginia Department of Education's website by accessing the link on the screen.